Dad hack of the week. I remember it must have been 15 years ago, and you and Mary Lou had moved into a home, and you bought a huge round table for the whole family, all the Kirks, to sit around, and you
Mhm.
were a huge advocate of it. And I think you still are. I know that the home that you're in now doesn't really fit that.
Right.
Why a round table over a long stretched out table?
Well, I would say that the most important thing to think through on this is like, it would be a really great thing to be able to say, wow, it allows for great conversation, but really it makes it easier to throw things at the person directly across from you. So that's the main reason. And then anything else is a plus. But the plus side, I'll say, is that everybody can see each other.
Yeah.
And it makes the conversation a lot easier every night when you have this ability to see each other. Everybody's been to a picnic table or whatever, where you're sitting down and everybody's on the side, and you kind of lose the people on the end.
Right.
And with the round table, you don't have that, and everybody can see each other, and there's a really, really great dynamic. Typically, depending on the mood of the day, it could not always work out to be great, but whatever. It is a really good thing to be able to have a round table, and it's something that I actually wish that we could still do. I think we just have too many people at the table.
Well, and that's, I guess, the thing that really struck me is it was all about communication. It was all about, I only have
Yeah.
so many minutes with my family when we sit down to dinner. I want to connect with these kids, with my
Yeah.
wife. I want to
Mhm.
make sure that's the case, and a round
Yeah.
table facilitates that. Thought it was really cool. I
Yeah.
don't have a room for it, but we're gonna figure something out here eventually.
Yeah, it's a great thing to be able to have. One last thing on that is that, with any table, I mean, one of our hacks is we had something in our at our table every night called the topic box, and basically it was just one word, and because you ask your kids, you're like, hey, how was school today? Good. Fine. So like that always happens. So like we had one word written on a piece of paper times 300, little things in there.
Yeah.
And it was an old sort of box with a lid on top. And basically, we'd reach in and you'd talk about that around the table for until we exhausted it, which happens, like a minute, it's done. But it was cool just to have these random sort of topics. And that really was a big part of our dinner for, many, many years. Is not, unfortunately, anymore, but maybe we'll have to resurrect the topic box too.
Well, and kids get more interesting as they get older too. So sometimes they're just bringing great topics to the conversation
That's for
without
sure.
the box as well.
Right.